Hey everybody, this is Kimberly, and this is part 2 of the last video I did. Could you possibly lose your home to Social Security once you pass away? I have 2 phones. One of them just died. This one's about dead, so I actually have a charger hooked to it as well because I done talked so much tonight. Let me go ahead and do this disclaimer. This is South Carolina. If you are not in South Carolina, the laws may not be the same as to how probate and wills are handled, okay? But I do know how they're handled in South Carolina because I deal with it all the time, all right? So now moving forward, I had did a video a few minutes ago and it went straight up to the 10-minute cutoff and it cut me off and I lost the whole video. So I'm having to redo it. So actually, it's kind of a good thing because I want to kind of revamp how I want to tell you this. I'm directing this message here, this video, to people that own real estate, whether individually or jointly, with a spouse, a family member, whatever, doesn't matter. You own real estate, and whether you got a will or not, okay? None of that matters with what I'm talking about now. If you are not retired and disabled, or if you are not retired but you're getting close to retirement age, these are some things that you need to go ahead and be taking care of now and be planning. Don't wait till it's too late, or don't wait until now you're like between a rock and a hard place, all right? Because I know people that's in that situation right now, and they don't know what to do. They've asked me. I've told them what they need to do. Whether they do it or not, I don't know. But what I'm going to say is this. You need to go talk to an elder attorney, someone that does elder law, or someone that does estate and trust planning. We're not getting them to do your probate. You don't do probate for yourself. Probate is done by somebody else when you die, okay? This is to make sure that your assets are protected when you pass away, in case you ended up having to go into a facility that Social Security is going to have to pay the bill for you from your Social Security check that you get. If you're on disability, that's Social Security in most cases, unless you're getting it through your employer. If you're getting it through the state, that's Social Security. If you are retired, if you've taken early retirement, late retirement, retirement is retirement. If you've taken it and you're getting a Social Security check, you need to listen to this. I don't care what state you're in. You need to go get some information to protect your property. Okay? Even if they tell you you're fine, don't worry about it. It's better to know now. And then that way you can tell your loved ones, the people that you're going to leave your property to when you pass away, you can let them know. Here's the paperwork. This is what I've done. This is the attorney that did it all for me. But let me tell y'all, don't leave it with that attorney. Because once attorneys retire, bye-bye. It's gone. Okay? You need to get the paperwork from your attorney, and you need to either put it in a safe deposit box at a bank and let somebody know that it's there, or you need to keep it in your own fireproof safe in your home and let somebody know where it's at, or give it to somebody that you trust. That's the bottom line, because once you're gone, you're gone. Unless you're going to leave some kind of road map for somebody to follow, where are you going to leave the road map, right? Somebody's got to know what's going on. You can ask my children anytime I leave this country to go anywhere. My office is set up down pat. Anything that can burn is put into a file, an actual metal file cabinet. My kids know where my life insurance policies are. They know where my will is at. They know where my power of attorney is at. And all of my checks and my checking account stuff is all in a fireproof cabinet. That way, they ain't got to stress out. They can go bury their mama, and then when they get time, they can go back and go to that cabinet. And there it is. If the house burns down, the stuff's there. They know this. And that's the only two people that really need to know. Okay? So, I make sure that my children know everything that's going to go with me when I die. And I'm 64. I just turned 64 last week. But I've been like this for probably 10 years, if not more, because I've seen what other people go through being in real estate, what other families have had to go through because their family member did not prepare them or they weren't prepared. All right. So this is the story. I hope that I can get this out quick enough. If you end up having to go into a nursing home that requires the nursing part of medical, you got to have a nurse. All right. That's where your Social Security is going to kick in unless you've got supplemental Social Security or insurance. Social Security will send your Social Security check to the nursing home you're staying in, and they're going to pay that bill. And that'll be all you get billed. The nursing home will agree to take whatever they can pay, is my understanding. I don't know because I didn't put my mama in a home, and my daddy died, and he never went to a home. Neither one of them did. But this is what I have investigated, and this is what I have been told by people that work in that industry. They work in the senior citizen insurance industry, and also real estate attorneys that also do wills, estate planning, and things of that nature. I've already done researched it all before my mama ever got sick, prior to her buying her house in 2021, and my mom was in her late 70s. If the check is being sent to the nursing home, and I'm only talking about South Carolina, because that's where I live. When the person in the home passes away, if they owned assets, which Social Security gonna know, the nursing home gonna know, because the application you fill out wants to know how much money you got, how much savings you got, how many assets do you have, how much real estate do you have, what kind of car do you have. They will ask you everything under the sun at that nursing home. Because then they're going to take that application to get you approved to come into that home through Social Security to get your check. Okay? The people that's helping you do this, they could be senior advisors, elder advisors, or whatever. They're not attorneys. They say, oh, we're not going to charge you to help you. That's true. They're getting paid by that nursing home to bring them tenants into that nursing home. But the bottom line is, if you have assets, Social Security can come back after you or your family or your estate and ask to be reimbursed for every penny they paid on your behalf if you have assets. There was, according to what I researched last week for another family member, there's a 5-year look-back period. So, do not, I'm telling you, do not go and apply for no nursing home until you talk to an attorney that handles elder law and let them advise you. That might be the cheapest thing you've ever spent out of your pocket to protect your property that you've worked too hard to keep and pass down to your children or grandchildren. Once you've done that application, Social Security knows what you got. An elder lawyer can basically tell you if you can go into a revocable trust, an irrevocable trust, deed it over to another family member, how to do it, the whole ball of wax. And they can do it for you before you have to go into that home. Okay? I'm just saying, please protect yourself. If you don't care, then just go ahead and do what you got to do. But I know I work too hard to just give my stuff away. I work too hard for my kids to have something when I'm gone. So, I hope this helps somebody. My mom was a different situation.